Yarn sensation. Just click on my yarn lady or click the subscribe button. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Yarn Sensation, and today I wanted to share with you guys this little pouch that I made. And the reason I'm excited about the pouch is because I was able to use the sewing machine to place my zipper. So with the zipper, we will sew it onto our crochet piece, and I will show you how to do that. And we're also going to use a little glue to keep everything in place while we sew it. So it's a project that you'll be able to do over a little bit of time, especially just to let the glue dry before moving to the sewing machine. And then you're going to create several little pieces. So you're going to create the zipper piece, and then you're going to create the body of the bag, and then you're going to stitch together the bag. It's really simple. The longest part that you will probably do is creating the body of the bag, because we're going to use rows of single crochet, half double crochet to create the pattern. But really fun, and you can make several of these. And if you have any little kids or grandkids, it'll be great. Choose the colors, maybe let them participate by picking the colors they want, and they could use it for a pencil pouch or whatever. I will use mine to carry my yarn needles and crochet hooks, etc., etc., whenever I'm going somewhere, to place in my book bag or my purse. Or you can use it to place money in. You could do anything, but we will not be putting a lining in this bag. But in the future, I'll come back and we'll do one with a lining, if you want to put anything valuable and you don't want to lose it. But this is like a little fun bag that you can create for the moment. So I'm going to shut up, yes, and we're going to start making this little cute bag, and I hope you guys enjoy. You need a chain of 34. Once you have 34, you will put a double crochet in the third chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3. Next, you want to place a double crochet in each chain across. Once you have a double crochet in each chain across, you will have a total of 32 double crochets for round 2. You want to chain 1, turn your work, and you will place a half double crochet in each double crochet across, and you will have a total of 32 half double crochets for row 2. Okay, you have completed row 2. You have a total of 32 half double crochets. At this point, you want to chain 1, and you want to cut your yarn long enough to weave into your work. Okay, next you need to repeat this for your second side, because you will need 2 panels. Okay, so you have your 2 panels and your zipper. You need your glue. Okay, make sure that your panel is facing right side up. And as you look at your panel, you will see your beginning chain. Next, your double crochet, and then your half double crochet rows. So you want your chain to face your zipper. You want to place your glue for the first side. So you want to come, when you place your glue, you want to place it near the bottom, not up by the zipper, but near the bottom. So I will show you. Just want to complete a line going down the zipper. It doesn't have to be really thick. Just make your line to the end. Once you have that, then you want to take your panel. You want to make sure that it is even on both sides of the zipper. And once you do that, then you want to repeat those steps for the other side. Just make sure that you have the chain row near the zipper. Okay, once you have it both sides secure onto your glue, then you do need to let it set so it can dry. Okay, so once your glue is dry, the next thing you will do is bring it to your sewing machine. You want to place your sewing needle in between this chain row and this double crochet row. So if you look carefully, you will see it look like it's being divided. The base of the double crochet when you went into that chain stitch. So right there along that line is where you will be stitching your zipper to your crochet piece. Okay, so to get started, you just want to place your zipper beneath your needle. And remember to align it with that line that we talked about. And you just want to sew down your zipper. When you get to your zipper pull, it may be hard to sew around it, so you want to just zip it back out of your way and then complete the end of the zipper. And then you want to do the other side. I am just lowering my needle into that little line that we talked about. And then you just want to start stitching. Remember to back stitch after you do a few front stitches to secure it. And by gluing it down, it make it so much easier, because if not, you would have to use your pins and then you'll have to reposition it. And before you unzip it, leave your needle into your work. That'll save your position, and just zip. Remember when you get to the end to back stitch and just finish it off. And next you want to repeat the second side. You want to zip the second side, follow the same steps that we did for the first side. Only thing with this one, you're going to start with the zipper pull. So before you start, you just want to zip it down a little and then place it beneath your zipper foot and start stitching. And once you get maybe about right here, then you can pull your zip back up. Just follow the same steps as we did on the first side, and then we will meet back. Once you have sewed your crochet piece to your zipper piece, you want to fold it in half. Your zipper will be inside when you fold. Your next step will be to stitch a couple of lines across these two pieces just to bring them together. You may do about 1, 2, 3 stitches, and I will show you what I mean. So I'm placing it beneath the zipper foot. And I'm going to lower my needle, and I'm going to turn my work sideways. I'm going to lower my zipper foot. I just want to make a couple of stitch lines to hold that together. And you want to do it for the other side as well. Make a chain of 34. Okay, once you have your 34, you will be placing a single crochet in the third chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3. Once you complete that single crochet, then you want to single crochet across by placing a single crochet in each chain, and that will complete row 1. Once you complete row 1, you will have a total of 32 single crochets. For row 2, you want to chain 1, turn your work. For the rest of the rows, and I will show how many rows, you will need your stitch marker. And what I will do is place a stitch marker for every row. That way I will not lose count. I will be able to keep up with the row changes because every row will change. So from this point, I will explain to you about row 2. Okay, so row 2 will start. You will place a single crochet in your first single crochet, and then the next stitch is going to be a half double crochet, and you're going to repeat that single crochet, half double crochet, single crochet, half double crochet. You get the picture to the end of the row. Once you get to the end of the row, you're going to complete your last stitch, and then you will chain 1 and turn your work. So for the next row, you're going to repeat row 2, your single crochet, half double crochet, single crochet, and then for the next row you're going to repeat row 3, half double crochet, single crochet, and you're just going to repeat that for the number of rows until you're finished, and your last row will be a single crochet row. Let's do rows 2 and 3 together, and then we will meet back. So in our first stitch, we want to put a single crochet. In your next stitch, wrap your yarn around the hook, place it into that stitch, pull up a loop, and you just want to go through all 3 loops on the hook. Next stitch is a single crochet. Next stitch, half double crochet. Next stitch, single crochet. Next stitch, half double crochet. And you just want to repeat that to the end. But before you get to 4, place your stitch marker in that first stitch that you made. Once you have that, then just continue to row, and we will meet at the end of this row. Okay, once you complete row 2, you want to chain 1, turn your work, and you want to place a half double crochet into your first stitch. Next, you want to place your stitch marker, and your next stitch will be your single crochet. Next stitch, half double crochet. Next stitch, single crochet. And you just want to repeat that pattern to the end of the row, and we will meet there. Okay, we have reached the end of row 3. So from row 3, remember to chain 1, turn your work, and for row 4, you will repeat row 2. For row 5, you will repeat row 3, and you're just going to repeat rows 2 and 3 through the pattern until you reach the last row, and then you will go into a single crochet row to finish it off. Okay, so we will meet back once you have completed your rows. So once you get to the end, if you're using your same color, that will be fine, but I will be switching back to my gray for my last row across. I just undid my last stitch so that I can add my first color. So I just want to keep all 3 loops on the hook because I was in the process of a half double crochet, and I'm just going to pull my next color through and complete a chain 1. And just give it a little pull, and I'm going to turn my work. And I will be carrying both tails, that way I don't have to cut it off. And for this row, you just want to complete single crochet in each stitch across, and we will meet back at the end of the row. So you need your zipper piece, you need your panel piece, and you need your yarn needle, and you need enough yarn to attach the 2 pieces together. Okay, so I want to attach this piece to my zipper piece, and I will be using the single crochet row up top, and that will be my gray row. And then I want to take my zipper pull, making sure that you have your zipper pull on the side that you want, and I want to place my needle into the edge of my single crochet row up top, and then I want to place it in the zipper piece on the edge up top. Okay, so I have this top line, and then I have my bottom line. I want to go beneath the bottom line just like that and come up between, and then just pull your yarn through, and you just want to attach it. So just go back through the same loops, pull it through, and you want to place it through this loop, and that will secure it at the end. And then you want to move on to the next stitch. Go through your single crochet row, go through the bottom, between the bottom and the top loop of your zipper pull, and you just want to continue that down. And when you're doing this, also, tip of the day, it may shift on you, so a good way to practice doing this is to use your stitch markers, and I will show you what I mean by doing that. So what I do with my stitch markers, just go along the side and just line up your stitches and place a few stitch markers along the side. Okay, so we will do a few more together. Remember, you're going through this bottom piece, and you want to only go through 1 loop of the top piece. Make sure that you're pulling it tightly as you complete the stitches. And you just want to work your way down, remembering to go through each stitch. And we will meet back at the end of the row. You want to complete your last stitch. And remember to pull your hook through the loop to secure it. Next is weave in your 2 loose ends and cut any yarn. Okay, so the next step, once you have weaved in your 2 ends, you need to attach the other side. So just flip it over and attach this to that first row of single crochets the same way that we just did. Weave in your ends, cut off any loose ends, and we will meet back once we have that part attached. Okay, once you have attached both sides, you have weaved in your ends, cut off your edges, this is what you will have. And it's kind of reminder of, you know, sewing, basically, you know, putting the pieces together, but we're stitching them together using our yarn. How fun is that? So the next step, unzip the zipper. Okay, you just want to be able to see inside, because the next step, we are going to close the sides. And if you keep that zipper closed, you may not be able to open this again, because we are going to flip this to the wrong side. So the way I look at the wrong side is the pretty side goes inside, which both sides are pretty to me, but I would say the smooth side goes inside, rough side comes out. Okay, so at this point, you just want to set it up like your pouch will be. We have our zipper up top, and if you use different colors, you have your little design up top, and you have both edges open. You want to use the same color yarn to stitch this together, and what you will be doing is stitching the sides together. You need your yarn needle and the color yarn that you want to use, and you want to start at the bottom the same way we did the other part, and you want to pull your yarn back through, pull that needle through that loop to tighten. And then once you have that, you just want to go through a stitch, come back over, go through the next stitch, go through your next stitch, go through your next stitch, go through your next stitch, and you just want to repeat that up. I will continue up until I get to the pink, because when I reach the gray, I will just use the inner stitches to connect. That way the white won't show on the other side. So we'll meet back. Just go ahead and complete your through and over. Sounds good. You will just weave in your tail, grab your next color, and complete stitch in the top of your bag. And then you want to repeat the same step on the other side, and we will meet back once you have that side completed and completed this side, weaved in all your tails, and then we will meet back. You have completed the zipper top. We did that first. Then we created the panel. Then we attached the panel to the zipper. We unzipped the zipper. We sewed the sides. And this is what we have right now. Remember, we're on the wrong side. So the next thing and the last thing we will do is turn this inside out. Make sure when you're turning it inside out to push your corners out. And one other thing I forgot to tell you, just like sewing, if you need to trim your zipper tail edges, you can. If they're okay, just leave it, no problem. But let's continue to turn it inside out. Okay, we created our little zipper pouch, and we used the sewing machine. We put a little glue on it, 1, 2, 3. Really simple. We kept everything in place and it turned out gorgeous.